glitter. Are my hands dirty? Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks, conversations. Depends on people are here and engaged or not. On the way I feel about things. I collect data. I'm an esoteric Sherlock Holmes. I receive a lot of information. I put it together and how I see things, and I put it out here. You know, I combine a lot of different kind of stuff. My background is vast, y'all. Anyway, today was a good day. I got it playing in my ear right now, Ice Cube. It was a good day. I got loot. My friend Erin and her husband Martin. They're so good. People are good to me, man. Strangers are good to me. That's why I'm like, it's so weird that people that have known each other for so long, they're turning ugly. It's weird, but strangers are good to me. I got some stones. I love rocks and stones. Ever since I was young. I always Mom, I'd get in trouble because I'd always put them in my pockets and they'd always come out in the wash. And well, so I don't know. It's just my vibe, man. It's just because I love their energy. They feel good, and it's a cooperatory thing, because you can give them your energy too. And sometimes you can feel like the energy field of stones. They're like magnets. They're no different than. There's just not quite as the draw isn't as quite as potent. But and then this. And then they even remember all my critters. All the DOGs got snacks and treats and stuff. And the cat even got a can of tuna. I freaking dig it, man. People being good to people. And this is like, I think this is cool. She drew this for me, too. And there's all this glitter in it. It's really neat. And it reminds me of one of those toys I had where as a kid where the little loops that you'd fall, that you try and catch, like hit the, anyway. But I had two designs for my Straight People Like Rainbows too shirts, and one of them, the other one that isn't on the t-shirt, but I was gonna make it. Maybe I should just make a t-shirt. It had the two clouds like this. And then, but my rainbows are always in a different kind of color. My rainbows are in Marge's order. They're in order to me. Yellow, orange, red, green, blue, purple. Yeah. But I love it. I love it that somebody freaking put this stuff together, thought about me, while they're freaking busy doing their own lives. Oh! And not to even mention what I freaking titled the video. Caramel marshmallows. My grandma used to she used to work at a real estate agent. Holidays, people would always bring her candy and all that suck up stuff. I'm not saying, no, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love buying people. And then like when candy is good, but I'm kind of a candy snob, and it doesn't have to be expensive because they'd freaking come over because the last place I got a W-2 from was headquartered in Tewksbury, United Kingdom. So they'd come over a few times a year, make sure we were doing things proper. And all that, just whatever. Play the games. And bring all this candy from over there. I'm just like, really? This is like, whoa, huh? Yeehaw! Anyway. So, but anyway, my grandma used to get C's candy, and it just brings back good feelings, because I always liked the caramel. I'm a caramel kid. I love caramel. Oh my gosh. Anyway, and I was like, are these, and I had never had one. I'd never seen one, I don't think. It's caramel marshmallow. And these things are like, you want to taste divinity? put one of those things in your mouth. Put 2 of them in your mouth. I didn't put 2 of them in my mouth. I actually shared some. Happy birthday, Tonya. She turns 8 today. My friend who I rent this place from, her granddaughter. So I tried to give her one. She's like, nah. I was like, all right, whatever. And my friend DB had one. And she was like, can I have another one? I was like, I know, these things are freaking amazing, huh? So just like when a kind gesture like that just doesn't please me, because I share this stuff. I share all that I got with as much as I can, you know. Because I love freaking, it's better when you share these things with people, you know. But the dog treats, they all belong to them. So I was listening before my talk, I was listening to, oh, thank goodness in northern New Mexico we did not get frickin' last night it said we were supposed to get 1 to 2 feet. And I kept refreshing like, this has got to be a mistake. We didn't. We got like a dusting. It was cool. It's just like, I ain't never lived no place where there's ever been 1 to 2 feet at one time, where it had collectively. Yeah, I lived in Omaha, it piled up, you know, but not, that's just fun. And there's so many people like without electricity and stuff like that. And speaking of, I'm seeing reports about how like they're gonna do rolling blackouts because the infrastructure can't handle it, and like the freaking turbines and stuff like that, they're all frozen, so they can't use. So you know, it's like this is 2021, and these are the things that more people are going to start waking up to. Is like, what the fuck have you been doing with all those billions of dollars that you've been siphoning from our taxes, our state taxes, local taxes, property taxes, this taxes, that taxes, that you were supposed to be taking care of all this, and they didn't. But if you look at what they're paying themselves, $192,000, it's just absurd to not do much jack shit all day long. So now, because there's so much of that, and so done by really a few people, because really, how many people are in charge? Really? In each state, especially like states like South Dakota, you know, there's only 884,000 people. You know, in here, the state in which I live, I think there's only 5 million people. There should be no homeless. It's misappropriation of funds. It's all misappropriation of funds. And the truths are coming out. Because there's plenty of CPAs and accountants and stuff at home that got jack shit to do. So you go ahead and make those records of local cities and states and things like that. You go ahead and make those public. And then let the people audit. Bet there'd be a lot of turnover. And then like all the people that, anyway. Before I started this talk, I was listening to Astrology Hub, Amanda Poole Walsh, and Ann Ortley. I like their week on. I like starting Mondays off with them. That's cool. I mean, they don't always do it every single time. You know, the stuff comes up, and that's cool. You know, as a matter of fact, I like when people like stuff comes up and it's not too much of a constant, because people start relying on too much on stuff as a constant, and when it's not there, it's like, well, you really let me. I dated this chick, and it was like every now and again, to be cool on my way out, I would freaking grab her garbage and toss it in the dumpster if it was full on the way out, right? But she was also dating like me and him and her and him, and you know, and then so I was just like, you know, I feel like I'm in too much of a, I'm just like I don't need to, it just felt like, and then it got to the point where it just felt like she just like didn't even appreciate it, like it came to expect it. So I stopped doing it. And then and then one time she was like, you know, you haven't taken my garbage out in quite a while. And I was like, yeah, it's your garbage. It's just like fucking, you know what I mean? Anyway, I was listening to Amanda Poole Walsh and their take on this week, the astrology, and I appreciate their point of view and their take on things, and they remind me of stuff, you know. Always be grateful of the time that you have with the people that you've had it, because you don't know how long people are gonna be in your lives for. I look at my friends list. I look at like social media. I look at Facebook. I think about my life, because memories pop up, because that's what it does. It gets you to do that. And then it's like, oh, I'm going to eat my feelings. Nah, not today. I don't really. I haven't had much of an appetite. It's weird. I just had a piece of sourdough toast. It never gets old, man. Anyway. It's funny because whenever I ask my mom, what do you want to eat? You hungry? She's like, yeah, I'll just have a piece of toast. I'm like, no, Ma, I could do better than that. but for me, I just eat toast. The hypocrisy. The hippopos. I can't do it 2 times, but it's fun to try. That was fun though. That was a good one. But they remind me I'm reminded by other people, and it's just the fact that they reminded me this time, hi Bevel girl, is to always be grateful for the times that you've had. I think I've had a very eventful life. And a lot of the events, like the big events, the scary events, the gnarly events, happened when I was younger. So it's made my freaking nerves a little shot. Gink. and I see other people out and about, and it's just like people don't have any expressions of joy right now. I'm not seeing a whole lot of expressions of joy now. Hopefully things will start shifting and changing a little bit, and we will, once this freaking nationwide freeze is over, because everybody's getting to experience a taste of a cold, hard winter. But spring's gonna be sprung. It is. Oh my God. I feel like there's gonna be like new varieties of plants and vegetation and just. And people are gonna start seeing more and more in frequency. I love it. I love watching otherworldly Gina. He called her Gina the UFO lady, but she's just so much more than that. And she's been like watching hours of light webcams and stuff like that, and catching plasma and energy and stuff like that. And what people don't understand is that you can see that stuff with your own eyes. But people are, too busy wearing glasses and getting new glasses every 6 months, and always I always thought it was weird. It's just like my eyeglass, the last couple of times, it's like they gave me the stronger. It's like they want to make your eyes. It's weird. I wear glasses for I'm nearsighted. I don't need them for close up. So I don't wear them a lot. I lose track. I guess I always have to put them in the same spot because I lose track of them. When I was working in desktop support, I always have to backtrack because I'm like, what the frick did I do with them? Just leave them everywhere, man. Anyway, I wanted to tell a story because I've had a full spectrum life. See, the thing of it is I've been touched by darkness at a very young age, and as much as I do not like it, I know that it exists. But seeing everybody, I can't just look at people. I am an energy reader too, but it ain't right to just look at people and be like, ooh, they're good, ooh, they're bad. I forgot to mention I got this too. I'm not going to sleep with it on though, because I will break it. I will freaking stab myself in the throat. Heyoka takes herself out by chakra necklace. That would be stupid. Anyway, Jesse was talking about oh, but see, a lot of freaking like what other people would be like, oh my god, they are shady, dark, evil, wicked, dark foe. They might be. I don't know. I don't have any verification of that. The fact of it is they've done good favor to me. You know. So, mom taught me a long time ago not to be too judgment because you don't know people's past. You don't know where they're coming from. You can't judge people by how they look and all this stuff. And so, I don't know. Life is to be experienced. So, but Jesse was telling the story about Pan. All right. Now, Pan is a deity, a god, a story. Comes from. I'm just totally loose. This is just totally verbatim, okay? But what he would do is he plays a little whistle to lure the kids. We know the rest, kind of thing. Temptation, half man, half goat, kind of thing. And it's like we come across people in life that fit these paradigms, okay? And then we get to decide how we're going to engage. And are we going to come away with, I don't know, I feel good about the whole exchange, or, oh dear God, dread, remorse, fear, blah. Anyway, I met a Pan once. I wish I still had his freaking email address. But this was in 2000. I met Pan in 2000. I was driving from Sacramento, California, out to Omaha, Nebraska. And it was about midday. And first, I don't know, I was driving of the second day. So I'd been driving like 24 hours. I already stayed in that. Anyway, so it was a hot part of the day, and it was right at the Wyoming border, like past that a little bit, like coming into Nebraska, almost. I'd have to look at the map. Anyway, I saw this dude on the side of the road, and he had a little dog. He was a hippie kid, just dirty, filthy. Just you could just see he was wearing his travels. I mean, and he just looked like an ass. He was just like beat down. He had the little dog too, and that's what I was like. All right, I got to give this kid a ride. So I pick him up, and he's like, I'm Pan. And then he starts to tell me a little. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever, dude. and it was like the weather was really cool. We were driving through clouds. It was really almost quite majestic. And then he was telling me this story about how the night before some chick in a Volkswagen bus picked him up, did some meth with him, and he didn't ordinarily do that kind of thing, and he had done that, and he was just like like he was just sorry that he had done it. And so we stopped actually in Grand Island, Grand Island, and stayed there, because by the time we would have got in to the dorms, it would have been like 11 o'clock at night. So anyway, I called and asked if that was okay, and they're like, well, whatever, Anyway, so he frickin' took a shower in the and I thought maybe they were gonna keep my deposits because on the bottom of it, this kid was so freaking filthy. He had to feel good after this shower, man. He was so freaking filthy that it left a residue on the tub. That's how freaking grungy he was. And I was just thinking, why didn't he just jump on trains and stuff? Why wasn't he anyway? But because he wouldn't have met Marge then. Gave Marge a ride and got a nice shower out of the deal. I dropped him off at it used to be I think at King Kong, right across the street from the Omaha Zoo. I dropped him off there and bid him good trips. He was going from California back out to Maine or wherever he was from. So that was my experience of meeting Pan. And the dude frickin', gave himself the nickname because he, for whatever reason, is identified with that character. And it's just like, alright, And that was my story of when I met Pan. So, what else? Life is crazy, man. It was funny, the night before I left, we were in Sacramento and my friends took me to like a couple of strip clubs. Those places make me uncomfortable because I'm like, that is somebody else's wife, that's somebody's daughter, it's somebody, that's just, they're all probably trying to go to nursing. So anyway, I ended up getting on the stage and dance. And I didn't touch them. You don't touch the dancers. Everybody knows you don't touch the dancers. But hey, I'm shipping out. I wanted to dance on a freaking stage on a strip club. I got 86th. Oh my goodness. I don't do stuff like this anymore. That was 20 years ago. I was 26. 26. I was an old lady when I was in the Air Force. It's so funny. I watch all these YouTube videos everywhere. They're talking about all this, unraveling these untruths, all this stuff. I'm like, why was it off at Air Force Base? I mean, I fucking flipped off baby bitch Bush on 9/11. I know some shit. People don't want to talk to me. It's so weird. Oh, Ahmad, I used, I'm good, it's because of you, buddy, I think, that you're the one that said use pictures that I've taken, so that's what I did. I'm going to just pick out pictures, because shit, I got over like 46,000 photos on my cloud that Apple lets me have access to every now and again. Yeah, so I'm going to use those instead of, because I was trying to take my picture with just this light, and I swear it was like, there's lulls in it, but I would get it, and it would be like, it wouldn't catch my face at all and stuff like that. It was weird. Yeah, they are rad. That Eye of God that you put up, that reminds me of the jewelry that I got when I went. I got a people like bunch of trinkets, and that was like one of the stones. It kind of creeps me out, but they told me that there's the mythology behind it. Of course, I looked it up. I don't remember it now. We are getting. I tried to do the owl, but it was the wrong. It was sideways. And I didn't want people. So it took me like 3 to get to, and then I got bigger shots of it. I got a broader shot. That was my 44th birthday, the day that I took that picture. And then there's like when I was driving down to the place to take that picture, it was just this route I used to take in the big red truck when I lived in Oregon, to just like get out of the house, smoke, go smoke half a joint, take some pictures, go for, get some fresh air, stuff like that. And I got a picture of this chick skating down this country road, nobody around on a longboard. It was pretty badass. It was cool. Thank you. I like it. I like getting still shots where you can see as above, so below. But today was definitely a good day. Today was a good day. Mom and I got up yesterday. I'm going to make butter tomorrow. Mom and I were so grateful because it's warm and cozy. I mean, shit, dude. I got the freaking gas bill And I use it like I turn it up to 70 probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, because I start getting up and around. I get hot. Mom does it. And but once the sun starts coming up, it comes in the window, and then you don't need it no more until like 6 in the. But as soon as the sun goes down, but like I use it spare like so we're not. Mom, I tried to get her to go under extra, but she was only under one blanket. I was like, "No, Mom, get under this one and this one too." And she's like, "No, I got my sweater and I got my long shirt." And I was just like, "Dude, I'm not gonna make you do nothing, man. I didn't mean to. No, I'm sleep however you want, whatever. But know that you got extra blankets if you get chilly." She's kind of by a window, but not too close. But it still could be drafty. But she sleeps in one position all night. God bless her, man. I love that lady. She's such an ornery little shit, dude. We didn't always have it. We weren't all. Excuse me, throat chakra. We weren't always cool. I don't think she knew what to do. I don't think either of my parents understood what I was or what to do with me. Because I'd get that look a lot. Like, what's your problem? I was the holy terror, all that stuff. I just had a lot of energy. I wanted to learn I knew I was on this planet to experience. Let me do it. Out of my way, and don't try and stop me. From the time I was 2 years old, I put a fishing hook through my tongue. I just had to experience life and even all the errors that came with it. I climbed trees so high that my brother would have to go get the adults because I just keep going because I just wanted to be in the sky. Get me off this earth. Take me back. Yeah. And and it's weird because like Mom had so much trauma in her life and stuff like that even before she met me, like the motherly stuff, it was not as big as a priority. Yeah. It happens a lot. I have no ill will. Everything that has happened in the course of my life has got me to be the person that I am. I could have turned sour. I could have gotten ugly. I could have got gross. I could have got mean. I could have got spiteful. I could have got vindictive. I could have got real successful. I could have got real rich. I've always followed my heart instead. And following my heart never took me down the roads to desire any of that other stuff, that earthly stuff. See. So, you never know how long people are going to be in your life, so you got to be really grateful for the ones that you got while you got them. Because at some point you might turn around and figure out you're 47 years old and it's not easy to make friends and people don't want to be friends and people are pretty much set in their ways and they don't really want to do things very much different. That doesn't do a whole lot of good for people like me that I don't have a tribe, man. It's just me and Ma. It's like every group we're that loophole that we don't qualify. We don't fit in, So, I'm just like anybody else trying to make their community, and I found them. They're just all over the place, and they're mostly people I ain't never met. Yeah. Congratulations, Kijin, dude. She's almost at 30,000, man. Kijin's she works hard, dude. She puts out a lot of content, a lot of videos, a lot of editing, puts a lot of time in. Yeah. So, I was watching Ariel. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he was talking about how he's navigating through these energies and where they fit the planets in his charts, and that's what I like to do is like, okay, let people know. Well, I got Aquarius in my 9th house. It's like the house of luck or something like that. And I don't have earth signs. I don't have earth signs. And so it's like whenever stuff gets too earthy, I don't like it. I gotta do more self-care. I gotta be grounded more, you know. That's Tucker back here. He's snoozing, dude. He's doing so good. He'll be loose in this caboose, and I just always gotta baby him. But he's just like, out of my way, I want to do it. He goes down the stairs and up the stairs. I don't gotta pick him up and down no more to get him up and down the stairs. Yeah, yeah. So that's rad. Prayers are rad. God's good. God's good, man. It's pretty cool. So anyway, I think I've been running my mouth long enough. And no, I don't want to finish my two-factor authentication. I'm so over all this authentication, dude. Anytime. It's like, I think I'm going to get a bank here in the local area because my bank is in Oregon. And that kind of makes me feel a little unsafe, especially the way the world's going and come the 24th of February. Because I think, like, isn't that like Joni Patry and Orstro? They're all they're just like talking to, and even Cliff, I think, even mentioned the 24th. Hi, and they're just always talking. Oh, I don't know. It depends on what your life path is, and that's how it's gonna freaking, you know, come out. You know, I mean, shoot. Some astrological alignments are the difference between someone like getting in a car accident, you know, where they're laid up in bed for weeks and months or whatever, or somebody freaking, I don't know, bumping their head in the cabinet. But like it didn't do anything, you know. It's different for everybody. It's just gonna be interesting. It's watching the world unfold, watching people's egos, and because it's just like, I know that I'm trying to like, the world is a lovely place. The earth we have a potential to have heaven on earth. We really do, you know. If people just everybody does their little part to make their local area heaven on earth, before you know it, you're looking around, there's all these pockets of heaven on earth everywhere, and then it expands, you know. But first, people gotta heal. Are people gonna be allowed to heal? You know, what would it take for some people to heal? I would like a day off. I have provided every food, every meal, every out I've done everything for 4 years for all of us, and I would just like a day where I don't have to. Without worrying. I could do it anytime. I could go off and take off. I could drive to Colorado. I could drive to Nebraska. I could go anywhere I want, do whatever I want. The thing of it is, I feel real bad if Mom was just sitting there looking at this blank screen on the TV, you know, stuff like that. So she don't always like to go either. So, but supposedly people are finding their same freak tribe, and if that's the course of action that is supposed to take place for me, then maybe I'll have live in close proximity with a friend or two that, you know, can look in on Ma or hang out with her for a couple hours or something like that. It's opening up. It's still winter though. I just sometimes like to plan ahead. Because, you know, I wonder, because I was thinking about this morning, like I could get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and drive out to someplace and get the sunrise and get a couple of good shots. Because that's what all the other photographers are doing. I miss my big red truck. I really do. I try not to think about it too much. So, there you are. Would take a fountain in its... See, and the Rio Grande's right over there, and I think to some that might be the Fountain of Youth. I keep thinking about that. I'm just like, I was dancing around I call it my office, my bathroom over here. Before I start my talk, I was just loosening up, listening to music, dancing around and stuff like that. And I'm just like looking in the mirror. I'm like, and I was thinking, man, because I don't do the splits or anything like that, but I got some moves, and I'm just like, Marge, you are almost 50. You are you're knocking on 50's door. You are halfway to 100, Marge. Wow. Because ever since I was a little kid, I always paid attention to those people that said it goes by fast, it goes by fast, it goes by so fast, it goes by so fast. Be kind, be loving, it goes by so fast. And I think about, 20, because the people that I went in basic training with and tech school with, and their first duties, all that stuff, they're retiring now. Yeah. So, anyway, stories are cool. I don't know if you saw that or listened to me, but I was listening to your talk earlier about how you're navigating. You said you're a Virgo. It's funny because I have a brother who's a Virgo. I think he has a few Virgo placements, and then we were so opposite end of the spectrum. And then, like my father figure, my dad that I picked for myself, he's the first friend I made at the aid shop when I went to Offutt, and we still talk like weekly, every other week now. He's Virgo, but and then that's what it was like. It got me to thinking, it's just that every sign has all of these different aspects of it. And it's when people are more into ego or more into spirit. Like when we're balanced, because like people can accuse me all day long of being, selfish, whatever, because but they know I'm an Aries too. And I just don't take it. I just don't pick it up anymore. I used to freaking absorb guilt and just freaking, it sucked. People would play me like a freaking instrument. Just know exactly how to play old Marge. Just get her to, because I'm one of those freaking kids that never freaking got attention and all that, and I'm a people pleaser, so I'll do whatever you want, just be my friend. I'm not that way anymore, but I was. So I can recognize it when I see other people are acting like that. That's how I know how other people are feeling and what they're going through, is because I feel their heart space, because I've been through these things too. Yeah. I'm not judging and guessing how I think that people are, what they're going through. It's because I've gone through something that has made me feel the kind of way that they felt. And oftentimes I recognize it in people that are very angry. Because people that are angry are just scared, fearful. They might not even know it, but it always starts with fear. There is never a time that it doesn't. People are figuring it out. Even kids are being born, are coming into this incarnation with knowing. Everybody just knows. Everybody's just, because everybody's tapping into collective consciousness. Everybody just knows shit. They just know what they know, and I know what I know, and Zach Hubbard knows what he knows, and I freaking dig him going on his rants, the Gematria Sports. He has this another channel because his other one's about to get taken down. It's his 20th channel, But some people know their stuff, And we don't necessarily need, that's the thing, is like, I know what I know. And if other people pop by my videos and go, okay, yeah, I agree with that. Or, maybe little teach me something. I'll learn something from them. Or I'll teach them. It's a two-way street because I learn a lot of stuff from people that watch my. I like learning things from other people because I don't know everything, and other people like get different perspectives and frame of references from just where they live. You know. So I like to ask other people what they think about stuff, and I'll try it, and maybe it'll work for me, maybe it won't. But that's what the world needs to open up more to. Is people need to stop thinking they're so right about everything, and it's just like, okay, this is what I got. What do you got? What are you bringing to the? What do you got? You know. Uh, Life is wild. It's gonna get a little bit more wild. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, but that's about all I got for now. I've been going on long enough. I hope you have a